many a Christian, they won't say it out loud, but they're thinking to themselves, I don't know, what are we really going to do in heaven? I think I want to experience everything on this earth right now and hold on to everything on this earth because I don't really know that heaven's going to be that exciting. Do we seriously believe that? What did Jesus say? He said, you know what? In my Father's house, in John chapter 14, he says, let me tell you just a little bit about it. There are many mansions or many rooms, many dwelling places. If it weren't so, I would have told you. And then he tells us something really interesting. He says, I'm going to go right now, I'm leaving. And what does he say he's going to do? He goes, I go to prepare a place for you. Isn't that amazing when you think about that? Have you forgot what Jesus said? He's saying, hey, believer, the one who has faith, look, this isn't just some place where you're just going to praise all day long. Yes, you're going to do that, but you think you're not going to enjoy it like you're for? He goes, I'm going to prepare a place for you. That's why he came to earth and gave himself on the cross. That's why he did all that for us, right? He did it for what? Was it for him? I mean, he was in heaven. He didn't need to do that. Oh, Jesus came down and, he just felt like one day coming down and having everyone mock him and ridicule him and beat him and spit on his face and stick a crown of thorns on his head because he had nothing better to do. No, he came down because he loved us and he went through all that for us. God so loved what? The world. He didn't just want attention. He didn't want to just have a story that we could write about in the Bible and talk about. He came down because you and I were lost. And so he came down and gave everything. And now as he left, after it was done, Jesus said from the cross, it is finished, because he made the sacrifice and the payment for your sins and mine. Then he goes, I'm going now to prepare a place for you. So whether it's Disneyland, whether it's Six Flags, whether it's Knott's Berry Farm, whether it's some water park, whatever, that stuff is pale and lousy and boring compared to a place that was actually built specifically for you. I want to see it. The cost of admission has already been paid. You have an eternal, unlimited pass, and there's even a great marriage supper of the lamb, so there's great food there too. And it's all included. And all the stuff you can't do now, all the problems you face now, all the limitations that you deal with now are all gone. All the things you worry about now are all gone. All the things that have upset you in your life and you worry about upsetting you in the future, it's all gone. All the tension, it's all gone. All of it is gone for eternity. This is exciting. So Paul, he's looking at that going, why am I here? I want to be there. I'm not going to live in the present. I want to be there. Hey, if you get that perspective this morning, you might say to yourself, what am I here for? I want to be there. I want to think about there. And who else can I take with me there? That's why Paul wasn't worried. He goes, I'm in prison. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Take my life for standing up and saying the truth? Is that what they're going to do? Oh, well, I know where I'm going. I'm not going to hang on to this when I know where I'm going is far better. I'm not going to go on a suicide mission. That would be wrong. But hey, I know where I'm going. So I'm not going to be holding on to everything here. Why are you alive this morning? Have you thought about that? Why do you still have more days this morning? Why in those times in life when you had near-death experiences, you've had them. Almost everybody's had them. A near car accident that could have been fatal. Or an accident you were in could have easily been fatal. Certain timing, certain things that can't be explained. It was down to a fraction of a second. If anything changed, you wouldn't even be here. Many of us have faced that. Why are you still here? Why did you wake up this morning? Why do you have another day? Paul asked himself the same question. He says, if I live, it's so that I can have more fun, right? It's not that we can't have any fun, but is that the purpose? No, he says, if I live, I can do more fruitful work for what? For who? For Christ. Now the world will tell you today, no, it's about doing more fruitful work for you. It's about being more successful. It's about getting more recognition. It's about having more money. It's about being able to buy more stuff. That's what it's all about. So develop yourself, personally improve yourself, discipline yourself, and accumulate more toys. Accumulate more things so that you can have those who live longer than you get them when you're done. Or throw half of them out. Most of the things that you're going to accumulate here on this earth, nobody else is going to care about when you're done. And yet we'll revolve our whole life around accumulating that stuff, right? He says, wait a minute, why am I here? He goes, I'm here because I can do more fruitful work for Christ. So he goes, so I really don't know which is better. I'm torn between two desires. I long to go and be with Christ. Do you? And that's what I want to encourage you with this morning and leave you with today. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. You don't have to be the most talented person in the room. You don't have to be the most attractive person in the room. You don't have to be the richest person in the world. You don't have to be the most disciplined person in the room. All you got to do is be a vessel to let God work through your life. God is the one who gives abilities, and he's not interested in your abilities. He's interested in your availability. He's interested in your heart. God even spoke through donkeys in the Old Testament, so I figure I qualify. How about you? If God can do that, he spoke through clouds. He spoke through burning bushes. He spoke through animals. He used some of the most unlikely people. And not just in the Bible, but throughout history. He's done that over and over and over again. So why now do you and I live for Christ and allow God to work through us so that we can have people pat us on the back? No, because when God works through us and does amazing things, it just points to the miracle of how powerful he is.